Hey, it's been quite a while since you've heard from the old man, but today's an exciting day. I'm headed off with a friend of mine. His name's Lindsay, one of the finest people on the planet Earth, in my opinion. I met him a few years ago. We both work as volunteer workers in the Ogden Temple of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And he is just one fine gentleman. And he is taking me to a place called the San Rafael Swell in central Utah, where he's got a side-by-side, and we're going to go down there and explore and have a great time. So let's watch and see what happens. This is Scott Law, the world's oldest vlogger. Roll that intro. Well, good day to you. Here I am, Scott Law, the world's oldest vlogger, with his friend Lindsay. Lindsay's driving Lindsay's truck, and we're going to be riding in Lindsay's side-by-side in a little while. We're excited about that. I'm excited about it. He pretends he's excited. He's just really kind of taken on a service project for old people today. And so that's why I get to go along, and I'm excited about it, grateful for it.
Jeannie didn't tell you she's paying me to take you?
Oh, well, I wouldn't be surprised, because she's always glad to see me out. Well, we're going to get a little bit of wind noise here because it is breezy, but we're at a place called Justinson Flats, and we've arrived. We're going to pull the side-by-side out and begin our fun adventure. Imagine you can hear that powerful motor. Ride in the General. No doubt you've heard the saying, getting there is half the fun. I'm sure that is going to be the case on this trip. On our way to our first stop at Copper Globe Mine, I think it's as much fun riding along and seeing the scenery as it is visiting the mines. If you've watched some of my previous videos on this channel, you know I'm kind of wild about wild horses. Lindsay told me that he had seen some in this area in the past, and sure enough, we weren't all that far down the road when we came across a few of them. Not like the large herds I was used to in the West Desert area, but wild horses nonetheless. They were a ways off, so we decided the best way to get a closer look was with the eye in the sky. These were viewed using the DJI Mini 3. And then, on to the Copper Globe Mine. Lindsay is going to tell us about where we are. So, where are we?
So we're at the Copper Globe Mine. You can see right up on the front, up ahead of us there is a little mining shack. And there's part of the pit of the mine is up there, and we're going to walk up to it, but we're going to look at little formation here in the rocks. I guess I got off the trail. Here's the trail.
The Copper Globe?
Yep, Copper Globe Mine.
And we were wondering earlier, or I was wondering, what they mined here, but now I'm guessing it must have been copper.
Well, it's called the Copper Globe Mine. I think it was silver, though.
Oh, okay.
But we might have to Wikipedia to see for sure. If you look here, they built up a little wall.
Oh, yeah.
And we've speculated what it was for. If they stored food down here or what they did, but they built this wall for some reason in this little cave back here.
So, wonder when it was built. Not too awful long ago. This is interesting.
Yeah.
Got that steel in there, helping hold it up, I guess. I don't know. 1993. Of course, that doesn't mean that's when it was built.
No, this wasn't
But
built.
somebody stood up there, and how long would it take to dig that in that deep?
Yeah.
That took a little while, and some good tools.
Now, at one time, and I don't know whether this is one or not, but at one time, sometimes they would build little things like this against these cliffs, so when the water would come down, it would be like a catch basin and catch water. And I don't know if maybe the rest of that's not there, if that was part of this, or if they, stored stuff and then whatever. These areas are real prone to flash floods, obviously.
Oh, yeah. So let's see, take a look at that cabin up there.
So, how would you like to hand carve that baby down?
And I thought it would took a while to dig their initials into the wall there. Imagine that. So,
well, if they didn't have that cage on there, you could fly your drone down in there.
yeah. Anybody home?
Then there's we'll go over to this other shack because we can go in it.
Oh, okay. Oh.
There used to be, and I don't know whether there still is, but there used to be a geocache jar in here and had stuff. But I guess if we had to, we could stay overnight. But I wouldn't want to.
No, well, there's mattresses in there. And that looks like probably raccoon poop or something on there. I don't know.
Or rats. Pack rats or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
They used to have a jar sitting on here that was, the geocache.
Oh.
You go and
yeah.
And they have information in it, and you take it out and you can put your name on and do different things.
Yeah.
Those geocache things, but it looks like somebody long ago probably took it out.
Yeah. Still got curtains, though. You can close the curtains there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see whether or not this shows up inside here, because it is dark. Of course, our eyes are used to the bright, so it might be fine.
Right.
Well, that's great. Thanks.
Now, this was carved in. I don't know whether that's original or any of this.
Hey, look, a rain gutter over there.
But
So
there's lots of stuff carved in it.
yeah.
Some I'm sure might be original, and
They
stuff
left-
like this probably
Left
isn't.
nails over there, so you can carve yours in if you
Yeah.
want, Lindsay.
And then there's, see, this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's modern. I don't remember when though, so we'll have to Wikipedia.
Copper's
history.
Globe, or Copper, what?
Copper Globe.
Copper
Mine.
Globe Mine. Just a couple fun miles away is a lonely cabin built by the Swayze brothers about 100 years ago. This is known as Swayze's cabin. I'm shooting it obviously from the inside. Interesting way that they built this. It was built in 1921, so it's 103 years old. Look at the door. And I don't mean the doorway. The doorway is nothing but pure light. But the door, and apparently they used to burn the fires over there, and it would escape out there. So 1921. Now I'm going to try to show you the view from outside, but the sun's in a bad place, so we'll just see it. So walk out your door in the morning.
Look at the panorama out there.
And look at what you've got. So, this beautiful. No, not that. That's not the beautiful thing
that's
I'm
not
talking
beautiful.
about. Talking about that beautiful thing up there. All right, Swayze Canyon, cabin. Easy for me to say. Beautiful view. I'm usually more attracted to the natural features, whether they be rock formations, waterfalls, forests, or fall leaves. But sometimes a man-made attraction comes along that grabs my attention. These two parallel bridges are part of Interstate Highway 70, which runs between the tiny historical site of Cove Fort, Utah, all the way to Baltimore on the eastern seaboard. I wish I had thought about it and used my drone to see the height of the bridges over the trail we were on. Utah is famous for its natural arches and bridges. After all, we are the home of Arches National Park. But there are hundreds, if not thousands, of arches of various sizes outside of the national park. We'll visit two of them on our short trip to San Rafael Swell. The first is the Eagle Canyon Arch, which is the narrowest arch of its height I've ever encountered. With an opening of about 50 feet in height, it has a maximum width of about 12 feet. Being on an exploratory trip, we don't have time to wait for the optimal lighting conditions for photos or videos. So we'll just show it to you as it was on a sunny afternoon. The smart guys bring along a good blower. Inside and out. End of day number 1. What a day it has been. Fun, fun, fun. Well, we're ready for day 2 here, and make a quick stop at Adventure's first stop, Maverick, in Green River, and then we're off for some exciting stuff. We'll talk with Lindsay here in a minute and find out where we're headed. Well, here we go this morning. Hopefully it's not too dark inside here, but anyway, we're headed out for day 2. More excitement. So where are we headed to today, Lindsay?
We don't really know. So the best I can tell you is we're headed to first to Tanner Gulch, and then to Tanner Rock, and then to Tanner Ravine, And if we're lucky, we might get over to Scott Law Lookout.
Well, as long as we don't get into Scott Law Lost, we're okay.
And we were probably going to try to get to actually Red Canyon and Hondo Arch. So
okay,
we'll try those today.
Well, we're going to get you flying the drone. We're putting a lot more miles on the side-by-side on day 2 as the roads are significantly better. To be honest, you could do most of these roads in your Prius, but it's sure a lot more fun this way. As much of the West's beautiful geology of all colors and shapes as I've seen, especially in Utah, I never get tired of it. Our first real stop on day 2, while enjoying lots of geological wonder along the way, is in an area called Red's Canyon, which besides being beautiful, has a history of uranium mining dating back to the development of nuclear energy of the more infamous variety, and is a great place to view the Hondo Arch. We'll get to the mines, which are now sealed up, and then to the arch in a few minutes after a brief stop for lunch and some cloud watching. Oh, look at this professional pilot over here, figuring out how this thing flies, his maiden voyage or maiden flight or whatever you call it. And he hasn't run into the wall yet, so that's a plus. I'm just going to touch this button, so don't. Okay, it's now recording, so we'll be able to see your flight from the viewpoint of you flying it. Your thumb twitches just like mine does when I'm trying to fly. Yep. I get nervous and my thumb just twitches away.
I'm trying to get so I can see on top of this gray here.
Uh-huh. Well, you're doing good.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, there you are over there. So with that breeze, it's shaking around a little bit, not much, but watch when you see the video, you'll see there's hardly any shake because it's the gimbal stabilizes it. It's amazing. It's amazing technology.
I wanted to get in where I can see us better. Is this recording?
Yeah. Yeah. That little thing on the right is square.
Oh,
when
yeah.
it's square, it's recording. When it's round, it's waiting for you to push the button.
That is so cool. Adjust the camera back up a little bit. There we go.
And also, just to show you, there underneath there, feel that there's a button underneath.
Oh yeah, I see
Feel that?
Yep.
Push the button, see what happens. Go straight down.
Oh, I see.
Now push it again. Now it goes straight up. And then, of course, with the wheel, you can adjust.
Adjust it back up to the...
Yeah.
We're seeing us now again.
When's the last time you had this much fun?
Whoops. Go the other way.
Yeah, because
This
when
is
it's in
lots
front
of
of you,
fun.
it goes back. It's
Yeah.
your instinct
Yeah.
is exactly opposite.
go
You have
the
to
opposite.
put yourself in the.
Yeah.
You have to put yourself in the drone and think of which way the drone is going, or look at the image. If you're looking at the drone, you're going to do exactly.
Now I want to bring it to home, so is that I hit the home button?
You could hit the home button, except for here's what's going to happen. It's going to go back up to 100 feet, then it's going to fly over, then it's going to drop down. So you might as well just fly it in and land it. And if you're not comfortable with landing it, I'll take it and land it. But I think you can handle it. I'm not worried. Let's see how you do on your original very first maiden flight. Look at you. You're a pro. There you go. I do exactly the same thing. I go backwards from what I think I should. A little bit forward. Look at you. I promised you 2 arches on this trip. The second is Hondu Arch, which was very visible from where we had lunch, and the uranium mines where Lindsay was demonstrating his amazing drone skills. But definitely not within drone range, so after a short ride to the base of the high cliffs where the arch is located, we got out the Mavic 2 Pro and set her up for a closer view. Search as I might, I could not find any specification such as the size of the opening or the height above the valley floor where we were stopped. However, I can make a fairly educated estimate that the top is somewhere in the vicinity of 1,600 feet above the valley floor. Beyond that, I'd just be guessing. All the specifications aside, if you're into geologic formations, and particularly arches, it's worth a visit and a view. Lindsay, looks like we are getting out of here. Perfect timing. We had a beautiful, beautiful morning with times when there was hardly any breeze at all. We were able to get some good droning, but look at this weather now.
Yeah, and this is the sunshine that was predicted.
Yeah, it looks like liquid sunshine's coming through, because they said sunshine and 80 degrees, and here we are. 68 degrees outside, and look at some rainstorm coming in.
So we got a few raindrops, but we dodged most of it, I think.
Yeah, well, it was your fast driving that got us out of it. Or sometimes it wanted to blow us out of the machine, but what a great time we had. Thank you so much for bringing me along and for the fun time on the four-wheel or the side-by-side, and the whole works.
Glad to do it. Glad you could come.
So, this is Scott Law and Lindsay Tanner, world's oldest vlogger and his driver. And what do we say at the end?
Never pet a burning dog?
Well, that's close, but for this guy, let's just keep on keeping on.